Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're doing a Let's Play and early impressions, very early impressions, for Darksword Battle Eternity VR, PCVR, a game that was released on the Steam store yesterday, December 17th, 2023. It normally retails for $25. It is on a release sale 10% off. And I received a free Steam Creator Connect program to review this game. Now, this game did release back in June on the MetaQuest store, but now we get it on Steam. I have not played the Quest store version, standalone version, but I would say this looks pretty good for PCVR. Not the best visuals I've ever seen, but it looks like a PCVR game. Obviously, if you look closely, you might tell, yeah, it's a Quest, but it's definitely been enhanced for VR, and I would say this version looks a lot better, at least in the gameplay that I saw from the Quest store. And that's one of the reasons I didn't buy it, because I wasn't very impressed with the visuals. So there's definitely been a visual upgrade. It looks like it's higher resolution. There might also be lighting improvements. It just looks a lot crisper, sharper. I am on the MetaQuest 3 using link cable on my RTX 3080, and I've been getting mostly 72 frames per second, but I did notice a few stutters when there were lots of enemies on screen. So it does need a little bit better optimization, at least on the Quest 3. You know, it has a higher resolution than the Quest 2. The developer describes this game as a RPG, action RPG, but I'm not sure I would call it that. I actually would call it a roguelite arena combat game, and I think that's exactly what it is. Now, I just start, like I said, this is early impressions, and there are areas to unlock, but you got to beat the boss. I did get to the boss, and I just wasn't doing enough. Just so, I would say.
So you think you can forge a weapon?
I would say that's like a progression blocker. You do need to craft weapons, and you can see this. This is what I have. This is like the starting off weapons. Now, I don't know if you need to get all the way to green sword, but I would say you definitely need to upgrade your weapons just to do enough damage. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with what I have versus, but you can do some upgrades. You can see here how you can increase your damage, 5962. So obviously the Triumphant makes a whole lot more damage, and this is how you do it. Now, to forge weapons is actually a little bit trickier, but I don't really have anything to forge at the moment, so we're just gonna stick with that. So we're level 3. You know what, we'll go ahead and upgrade that as well. You might as well. It's better than struggling. Okay, all right, so we'll just go with that. There is a store as well, and you do get these guys as an upgrade later on. So you can see you got different stuff here, but again, I don't know if you actually want these. It doesn't seem like there's anything that I really want. So we'll just close it. And obviously the leaderboard, you see there, I'm currently number 9. I'm very surprised. That was my second run. There is online multiplayer co-op as well. You can play with up to 4 people, or I guess 3 other people, so a party of 4. And here you see the different multiplayer options, story mode, mailbox, and I think we can just start from here. So we're going to do normal, Nezak, and you basically have 2 different weapons.
A new toy.
I'm going to start with the bow, but then I'll use the sword just so you can see both of the different weapons. And you know what? I should have gone through the settings, but I don't believe there's a setting to take off the guided arrow part. Now, I might be wrong on that, but I don't think there is. And that's it. So, easy first level. Keep in mind, I did get a better bow than the starter bow, and I did upgrade them. So if it seems like I was doing a lot of damage, maybe that's why.
Take what you need and let's
Spike
move on.
level. Ooh, blocking inflicts damage. That might That might be the OP thing. Or maybe stone. You know what? I'm going to go with Spike Shield. That seems like it's really good. So now we're going to go with Shield and Sword. And as you can see, we just go up. And you go up all the way to the boss. I believe it's 10 levels before you get to the boss. And you do have full locomotion. And smooth turning as well. And you also have like dashes, but you only have one dash to start off with, at least with no upgrades. The smooth turning is actually pretty fast. Look at this smooth turning. You also have a backward dash and a forward dash. So you gotta be careful with your joystick, though. Those aren't always, sometimes it's easy to hit them by mistake. Let's go ahead and go back to bow and arrow. Although it seems like we want to do melee, really. So the damage with the bow is obviously going to be lower, and that makes sense, because obviously you're taking a bigger chance with the sword. But you're able to avoid damage a lot easier with the bow and arrow. So the sword does more damage, but you're risking taking damage because you're so up close with the sword and board. So, there's a balancing act here. The bow is obviously the safer option, but you're doing less damage. Magic sword. Frozen arrows. Ooh, I don't know what to do. I really don't. Ooh, let's go level. Since this is level 2, we're gonna go with frozen arrows. But we might want to upgrade our sword and board, because I think that's where we're doing our major damage. There are some really good bow upgrades. There's one that lets you do several bows at the same time, which that's the one you want. But then you start taking down enemies fast. But without that upgrade, I don't think this is really good. I think sword and board is where you want to be. And you definitely want to, you definitely want to hit your target, but also you want to wait at the right time to shoot when they first spawn. There we go. That's what you want to do. Like I said, you want to time it just right. Okay. Alright, not too bad. So I think we'll go sword and board next. And like I said, sword and board, you're going to take damage. You do get a companion later on that can heal you, and that's the one that you want to take. As you can see, this can get really messy really quick. There are upgrades you can take later on that you know what? Let me just go sword and board.
Okay. There is no harm in inviting one of them.
So you definitely want to get these materials because that's how you do your upgrades and forge new weapons as well. And here's what I'm talking about. You definitely, for me, you definitely want the healing magic. I don't think the other two are worth it. I might be wrong, but I think that's the way to go. Kind of want to protect him a little bit. He's taking a lot more damage than he did my first time around, but I think he'll be all right. You don't want him to die. You definitely want him for the boss. Are you okay, dude? You need to heal yourself. So, yeah, he's taking a lot more damage than I want. Dude, please heal yourself. I don't want you to die before we get to the boss. I want you to full health when you get to the boss. Here, we can dash attacks inflicts damage. That's pretty good. So, we're gonna do this. Dash attack inflicts damage. And, you know, I think we only need to go one more for the boss. Whoops, I'm not really sure. Oh no, I took a lot of damage there. Okay, dude, you need to heal yourself. Okay, his health is still too low, I think. I hope he can heal. Please heal yourself. Okay, so now we're at the boss. Okay, you definitely want to get out of there when he does that move, and I think my guy died because he was in the way. So I definitely think I'm going to die here because my shield is freaking gone now. So you definitely have to get him when his shield is down, and then really hope that, like, that was really bad. And he seems to be regaining health as well. So that time I was able to get out of the way. So save your dash. You might be tempted to it's kind of hard to I can't see. I don't know that I'm gonna make it. I'm taking too much damage. Ooh, that was a lot. Maybe. Nope. I got him down to low health, but I just wasn't doing enough damage, and it was hard for me to. We're gonna accept our death, but yeah, we got to the boss fight. I think that shows off at least the early impressions for the game. Obviously, there's other. As you saw, there's other stages, other levels, and I don't know how the enemies are there, but I do know there's different boss fights. So I can't really speak to the enemy variety. Obviously, in the first level, there really wasn't a whole lot of enemy variety, but there is an interesting boss fight, one that you have to learn. I think my guy needed to heal himself at some point. He never did. And I think if he could have survived just a little bit longer, I could have taken the boss down, but he went down like almost right away. He was kind of dumb. Now we can again go over here.
Forge a weapon?
And maybe I need to slow down the smooth turn speed, because smooth turn speed may be too fast. And it seems like I was disorienting myself a whole lot. But no. So I don't know that. We need iron ore for this one. So we have the triumphant, and by the way, you can check your. So we have the triumphant. So I don't think we can really improve that. And what's this? The old bow 63. And what is this? 62. So this one already does more damage. Old bow. So there's stuff we can sell as well. Let me see. So craft. We can't do better as far as our. But we might seriously go for the long shot. We can forge it, and I guess I should go ahead and forge it just to show you guys how to do it. So this is how you do it. You just got to stay in the yellow, basically.
Yeah,
it's not really that difficult. At least not in the early stages. Maybe later it's more difficult. And then you just go to your. I do auto equip, and there you go. Now I have the long shot 75 and the triumphant, and then we can do some upgrades as well. We can upgrade. We want it to level 4, yeah. So I think that's as far as we want to go. You know, I don't want to cheese the game too much. Especially since you can still improve. Now this is it does pay off to upgrade this, because this is the best bow we can get at this stage. Okay. Alright, and upgrade. Okay, so they're both +4, and as you can see, we can no longer upgrade. Okay, alright. So, that's how you do it. There is a mailbox. I don't know what that does. Maybe you get email, and you see your achievements, their settings. I guess I might as well show the settings. Movement, head direction, or controller direction. That's pretty common. Teleport dash with A button. I have it on my joystick. Maybe I do want to change it to A button though. Smooth turn, I already said smoother snap turning, fast movement on or off. Some people turn it off because they feel it's like cheating, but I like fast movement, so I'm not gonna. You can turn the player HUD off. I wish there were graphical settings. There's no graphical settings. Other than that, that's the game. Again, this is only early impressions. My early impressions though, I did enjoy it. I was having fun. It is a nice arena combat game. This is a game that's hard for me to score early impressions because I didn't get past the first boss, so I don't know how much variety there is. So keep in mind, this is just early impressions, okay? But my early impressions, I would give this a solid 6.5 out of 10. I just don't know. To me, the problem is it needs more variety. It needs more depth. Because it seems to be pretty simple. You know, you either use your sword or use your bow. And, you know, it doesn't seem like you can take the laser off the bow, which is another mess. And, you know, I think you need, like, permanent skill upgrades, you know, not just the temporary ones. I don't know. I think this game is close to maybe being good, but a lot of it depends on the boss fights. You know, how many boss fights are there? How many levels? It seems like there's at least 3 other levels, maybe 4. You know, how varied are those boss fights? How varied are the enemies once you get past the first stage? You know, the first 10 levels. And like I said, I think you need like different builds. You know. One should be like a mage, one should be ranged, one should be, you know, just something that your character starts off with. You know, not that they can't do melee, but something to really differentiate the classes and make you want to do the runs in with different styles. But it really seems to be rather random. You know, a lot of the upgrades you get in between rounds really make the difference as far as whether you'll be successful or not. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like. The combat is, you know, as you can see, it's not physics-based, but it's still fun arcade. It's fast-paced. Like, this is what I tell devs. If you can't make a good physics combat game, make it arcade. And as you saw, I had to step out, step in. I guess I really didn't show it, but with your sword, you can knock back the ranged attacks, and obviously you can block with your sword where it's coming from. I mean, block with your shield, you see where it's coming from. So there's a lot to like, but it also is like missing some things that really make a good roguelite arena combat game. So, like I said, early impression, 6.5 out of 10. This is not a full review. Like I said, I haven't even gotten past the first boss, but it seems to be more about I wasn't doing enough damage versus being bad. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys thought I was being bad. Hey, let me know in the comments. Do you think I played bad, or do you think, yeah, I just wasn't doing enough damage? I was very close, though. I was very close. I think this next run, I'd probably get it. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. This has been my Let's Play, early impressions for Darksword VR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, this is for PCVR. This is PCVR impressions. Anyways, have a good day. Goodbye.